What's good, everyone? This is RawTruth Media, giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. Please like and share this video. The Charlotte Hornets. What they've been doing is very embarrassing. Very embarrassing. And now they could lose Miles Bridges. Now they're saying he doesn't deserve a lot of money. He doesn't deserve a max. But here's my retort to it. Miles Bridges is 24 years old? And his game is still growing. I know he's not an all-star. I get that. But let me get this straight. The Charlotte Hornets were willy-nilly ready and prepared before LaMelo was drafted to give Gordon Hayward the bag. That was a horrible decision. Because Gordon Hayward and also Terry Rozier, they would never buy into the fact that this is LaMelo's team. Even if the coaches tell them that, they're not going to believe that. Because of ego. Because they want to be the man. Now, a lot of content creators are not going to say this. But I'm going to point that out. I don't give a damn. But Charlotte, you better think long and hard before you make any cheap decisions, because we know how you roll. You don't want to pay anybody of good use. And then you overpay for scrubs who you deem as likable, quote unquote. That's the problem with the Hornets. That's the reason why they were given all those points. That not only that they're undersized, but these likable players. Oh, MJ's a fan of this guy, or Mitch Kupchak's a fan of this, or MJ's a fan of Terry Rozier. How about start being a fan and appreciating your franchise point guard, LaMelo Ball? This offseason is so important. Now, this offseason is an F already. But what can make it better, and I'll keep saying this, I don't care who says otherwise. You do everything possible trading Gordon Hayward and Terry Rozier. If you do that, I'm not going to say all is forgiven, but it's a step in the right direction. Now, will this help LaMelo Ball stay with Charlotte? Man, it's not looking too good. That's all I can say. Because this is a mess. Most NBA athletes would never extend their rookie contract unless they need the money like that off of a bad situation. And this is really terrible. Miles Bridges, he may have not have been an all-star. But to replace a 20-point per game scorer who's still trying to find his way, I think there's more out of him that he can do. You have the Detroit Pistons, who's having an incredible offseason. They want him. The Indiana Pacers want him. And the Detroit Pistons, even if they do not give him the most money out of the three teams, Miles Bridges could look at the Charlotte Hornets and say, wait a minute, you didn't want to pay me off out of front before the Pistons and the Indiana Pacers? So he wouldn't, and this is my opinion, I don't think Miles Bridges will feel some type of way if the Pistons gave him a good amount of money but not a max. He could be like, wait a minute, at least they want me as a player. Charlotte, they keep talking about these scrubs. I'm looking on I was listening to a podcast and they were saying how important Plumlee is. Plumlee? You talking about the clumsy big man that keeps getting dunked on, that guy? Again, I'm tired of the excuses of this team. And with this coach, Steve Clifford, I'm trying to tell y'all right now, maybe things change. But when they say he's James Borrego 2.0, you can see it. There were problems with him playing with Monk. Now, I know Monk had off the court issues, But it's not just him, Dwayne Bacon, and many others. He likes to play a short rotation. He's not going to play 11 players. Now, sometimes that's good if you have dogs on your team. But if you have nothing but overrated, don't want to play defense, always want to shoot the shot like I'm the star, having players, he's going to do the same thing. My guess is Steve Clifford may play 8 to 9 man rotation. And I'm really in favor of not playing as much. I've said that years ago when I did videos talking about Lonzo playing for the Pelicans. But here's the difference. The star guard gets his minutes. You can play as many players you want if your roster is right. See, that's the difference. If your star franchise point guard is playing 35 or more minutes a game, I don't think anybody would trip about that. My problem with Borrego was a lot of things, but when he would do substitutions, not only would he not play the young guys, he'll have the veterans who are one-dimensional play more minutes. So you'll see a Martin twin playing 20 plus minutes, 23 minutes. That's too many minutes. And there would be a game where LaMelo barely plays 30. That doesn't add up right. Oh, by the way, no Kemba Walker talks. Come on, man. You can't be saying, oh, we need more defense, but you want to get more guards who are scoring guards who are not willing defenders. You know what's really sad? The Mark Williams pick was a good pick at 15. But due to buffoonish trades and questionable moves, nobody can be happy about that pick. They know he's a talented player. But the Hornets front office, bad judgment, bad moves, have put a cloud on the draft selection. And I hope Mark Williams becomes a star in this league. I hate that he has to be drafted around so much negativity with that franchise. It's really not his fault. But this offseason, I'm gonna watch the free agency. And I'm telling you now, if the Charlotte Hornets do not make the right moves to not only keep Miles Bridges and to make LaMelo happy, because that's what you have to do. I mean, that's just the reality of today's NBA. You got to make sure your franchise player is happy, making them feel like they're wanted. Because if one team doesn't want you, another team will. And I'm telling you right now, the teams are watching what Charlotte's doing. They got an eye on LaMelo. That's something that people don't want to talk about, but that's just the honest truth. They know that the Charlotte Hornets is a dysfunctional franchise. They're dysfunctional. Making a playing game is not success. But these couple of days, pay attention, man. MJ, stop being cheap. How many times we had to say it? Why own a team if you're not going to spend to win? Again, let me say it again. You got to spend to win. Even the Warriors spend money. They could have been frugal and cheap even after winning a championship. They could have told themselves, well, we won enough championships. We won't have to spend all this money. We could develop here and there. No, that not only do they draft well, they'll spend on need if they see it fit with the team. That's the difference between championship teams and purgatory teams stuck in the middle, not going anywhere. Charlotte, these couple of days, all eyes are on you. Are you going to do right by your fans? Or are you going to let them down. Because if you feel this team that you had last season, minus Miles Bridges, they'll go around trying to sell, oh, this is a playoff team. Because it's not. You may got others fooled, but you don't got me fooled. This is Raw Truth Media, give you the raw content that you deservedly need, and I'm out.